Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Torchwood reaction. This is Hard Live, and my name is Matt. Okay, so last time on Torchwood we had meat. I'm hungry. Not hungry for alien meat, but hungry for some, actually not even meat, just something else, just like a pasta or something. I could go for some pasta right now. Okay, so I haven't eaten in like, I don't know, like 10 hours. So, because I was asleep. I'm just waking up like an hour ago. Also, it's 9 p.m. Don't worry about it. So, last time in Torchwood, we had a very fun episode. It was a very interesting one because it kind of advanced some semblance of a plot that we have in Torchwood. Torchwood is like mostly episodic, with like every character just having a fucked up episode or whatever. But previous episode we had Riz actually find out about Gwen's job because Riz was actually involved in the whole situation that happened. Because one of his drivers, because he apparently works as a meat distribution, whatever, like a brand that just sells meats, and one of his drivers that supplied him with meat died on an accident. And apparently the meat that he was carrying was alien meat. And then he just went to the he saw Gwen find the meat with Torchwood and confiscating it away, and then she lied to him, and then he lied to her, and then he followed her because he was pissed, and then he found himself in the like meat processing plant or like whatever they get it from. And then he found an alien, and then it got higher, and then Gwen confronted him, why was he there? And then he confronted Gwen, what the fuck was she there? And then Gwen was like, okay, I catch aliens, and whatever. And then we had this like infiltration mission, where surprisingly, I was about to say nobody got shot, but then I remember Riz did get shot. But at the end of the episode, they were going to wipe, Riz's memories from this whole situation, which would have been weird because then he would have woken up next night being like, I got shot. And one would have been like, yeah, you got drunk last night and you got into a gunfight or whatever. Don't worry about it. Right? That would have been weird. But at the end of the day, Gwen went to Jack and said, I cannot do it. I can't just make him forget all this shit. So he's just gonna remember. And I like that Jack was like, no, he has to forget. And then Gwen is like, no, I'm not gonna do this to him again. He cares for me. He got shot for me, and like I'm done lying to his face. Like I actually do want him to know this. And she was like, well, either he remembers or I'm gone. I like, if you're gonna wipe his memory, just wipe mine too. Just fuck it. I don't give a shit about this. I would rather be with him. And at that point, Jack was like, well, you're invaluable to me, so I can't just do that. I can't just let you go. And then Gwen was like, all right, then I win. And then she just walked away, and Riz now knows everything. I said that I don't trust Riz knowing anything, but there you go. That's where it's at. So that's probably gonna come back in some way, I suppose. But there you go. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened previous episode. This intro was long, a little bit longer than usual with Torchwood, because Torchwood is usually pretty episodic. But that was it. I think we were just ready to just go. So yeah, Torchwood season 2 episode 5. Is it 5? Yeah, it's 5. Okay, Torchwood season 2 episode 5. Let's go.
And Torchwood is ready.
I saw like a shot from an episode that I haven't seen yet, accidentally. I suppose the relationship has been revitalized. Alright,
I need you to run a full check.
Sure.
Owen, you can help.
Happy to.
Adam, I know how much you love audits.
It's got to be done.
If you could
Go through the investigation reports, find out when they might have come through the rift.
You okay with that?
I have been for the last 3 years.
Oh, this is awesome.
Lovely, thank you.
She's not gonna know who they is. She's the only one that... Okay, so
What the hell is this?
Adam brainwashed everyone into thinking that he's been always a part of this.
Remember?
And now she's brainwashed too. He has inserted himself into her life now by touch.
Sorry, couldn't resist. Come here, you. Good to see you. Hey, Tosh, you're looking good.
Alright, that's interesting. That's a good setup. That's a good premise for an episode. I didn't get to read the titles, but if the actor for this guy was in the credits at the beginning, that would have been great. Fortune and identity. Okay, so who is this guy and what is his goal? Oh, he created a relationship between them. So now she has even more trust for him.
Yes, don't worry about me. No, it's just,
Does someone have short hair? No. Shorter than usually. Great. That's great. Whoever the fuck that is to Jack, that is great.
We had rift activity 2 days ago, but nothing seems to have come through.
One good Adam came through.
What's that?
it's a screen cleaner. I thought you might like it.
What? Did something happen to Owen?
He's like a little puppy bringing us sticks. When's he going to realise he's got no chance?
Love's blind, apparently. He's idolized her for years now.
Oh, leave him alone. I think it's sweet. He's happy.
Can Adam alter a person's like personality too? By injecting a specific memories? Or maybe something else?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you.
How did you get in?
With a key.
Oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know risk.
I know how to use this. Now, who are you and what you want?
You know who I am.
Someone's broken into my flat. He had a key. He knows my name.
It's because I live here with
Shut it! Shut it! Yeah, can you hurry, Jack? He's a nutter.
Is Riz gonna be our savior here? Because it's the only person that... Adam came with us, fuck. Did you have pictures together or something to show?
He's put photos of us up. He must have done it while I was at work. He's deluded. He keeps saying he's my boyfriend.
He is. It's Reese.
Jack... Okay, Jack
I've
knows
seen
it.
him before in my life.
You've been with him for years.
See?
Give me the gun, Gwen.
No, he grabbed me, Jack.
You facing me out, you can have it all to yourself.
away from him.
We're engaged. I bought you the bloody ring you're wearing.
Why don't you come with me to the hub?
Hell are you?
He's one of us.
He's like, I fucked up.
It's a mystery to me why you can't remember.
So whatever he's done to them affects them in different ways, I suppose.
Where did you meet?
Okay.
College. Not just the looks, you know. I mean, she is a looker.
God, you're being a dumbass, even. Yeah.
She starts to laugh. She calls me Reese the Rant. And she kissed me right there in the queue. And I thought then, Jack, I thought, I'm gonna marry this bloody mad woman, even if it kills me.
I've brought some sandwiches.
I was about to
one
say
for you,
sandwiches,
and one
which
for
is
me.
what she made.
It's smoked salmon. That is your favourite, isn't it?
I'm going to need a beer.
What, while we're working? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, right. Relax, kick back. It's a good idea. Not for me, though, thanks.
This version of him doesn't even drink. Temporary. It's like selective amnesia.
We've sighted by the sewer in Rockall Street. Jack. Jack.
So the fact that he keeps saying
See him?
great. Okay, it's a him, not a her. Okay. There you go. So because of what Adam did to their memories are altered in some way. Owen became a completely different person, like a 180, and developed feelings for Tosh that might already or not have been there before. I don't think so.
Adam and I have been together for 1 year today.
Right.
You'll meet the right girl one day.
This is so fun. Yeah.
Tosh,
Yeah, that's the name of the girl.
do you really think I look like a rodent?
That was a
Come
mean
on.
thing to say.
We're going to crack this box even if
She
it
didn't
kills us.
even. I feel like Tosh is also like not meaner, but like Jack hasn't been altered too much in what I can see, except for the fact that he keeps seeing Gray. Gwen just completely forgot about Riz, which previous episode she was just willing to give out everything for him. And Yanto, I don't know.
Get out, son.
Dad?
Okay, this is it. Gray is your little brother, then.
How did you get here?
Well, I came with you, Jack, remember?
Yeah.
I've always been here for you, Jack. From the very beginning. I'm the one you can confide in, remember?
God damn it.
It was meant to be buried. I
Okay.
buried the memory over 150 years ago.
Okay.
Why now?
I can't afford to remember.
Okay.
I can help, trust me.
No. Does he feed on memories or some shit? That looks dope.
Shane Peninsula,
Yeah?
my home in the 51st century. We lived under the threat of invasion.
Take Gray. Keep him safe.
Take Gray.
Gray.
My little brother.
Yeah, there we go. Little brother.
I gotta go get your mother.
And he died. He like tripped. Yeah. And then you weren't. You hid.
I don't know when he let go.
Gray? Gray? Gray! Gray, where are you? Gray!
One minute his hand was in mine. I don't know when he let go. I
You
don't
ran
think
it.
I noticed. I thought he was there just behind me. I ran all the way home.
Where are you? Gray!
Jack, what did you find?
Yeah, dad's dead. Mom's dead. Alright. Elaborating on Jax's backstory this episode. I like this a lot. Oh yeah, he's dead.
Can someone help?
I searched for Gray for years. I never found the body.
It wasn't your fault.
I let go of his hand.
You're
It
a
was the worst day of my life.
I mean, yes.
It's the last thing I want to remember.
He's running away from his past.
I like to log the interesting stuff.
You write about artifacts in your diary?
Among other things.
She's mean. It's like almost like they switch personalities.
I know I would. If it was our anniversary.
God, dude, you're
I
awkward.
wouldn't disappear. In fact, I would cherish you.
Don't.
Really. Really, I would.
Stop!
In fact, I wouldn't let you out of my sight, Tosh.
At this point, it's just creepy.
I love you.
What?
After they go back to normal, this is gonna become really awkward.
I love you.
If they remember the events
Yes,
of this episode, it's
I
gonna
always
be
have,
really awkward.
Actually, ever since we started working together, and in fact, I ache for you. You know, physically, when you're in the room, I just want to reach out and touch you. And
Okay. Owen.
No, my mum said to me, "So seize the day," and so I am.
He's
seizing
like, my
it.
mom told me.
You
Oh
know,
my
I've got
god.
so much love to give you, Tosh, and you know, you won't know that unless I tell you. So here I am telling you that I love you. I know that we would be amazing together if you would only just give it a chance.
She's like, dude. I like how the music stopped.
I'm with Adam. And even if I wasn't, you're not my type. Never will be.
I know. Let's check in back tomorrow after everything goes back to normal.
What about here, mate? Where's he going now? He just walked off. He knows I'm waiting. Oh, fine. I'll help myself then. Here you are. Keep the change.
Is he like invisible to
Buy
other
some
people?
spot cream. I'm not coming here again. It's overpriced.
Oh
It's
no.
£1.50 charge on the cash machine. It's a bloody disgrace. Honestly, kids.
This is an order to build up the relationship a little bit more. She's like falling in love with him again.
Reach the rant.
Okay, Yanto is figuring the shit out, and Adam's gonna come in and just be like, "Hey, Adam's there."
What's wrong?
Yeah,
You're not in it.
ever.
Everyone else is.
Feeding myself in wiped other memories out. It's a
Okay,
side
there we
effect
go.
of what I have to do in order to survive.
Jack has to know.
Remember this.
Ugh, shit.
I know you didn't mean to kill her. You just couldn't stop yourself.
Oh, this is fucked. This is fucked. This is fucked.
Good old Yanto. Loyal Yanto.
He could theoretically erase the memory of this event happening, and then he'll think that all these things are real.
Remember it. Remember it. Remember it. Remember it.
We're not even halfway through the episode, and this is like,
It's me you call.
this is still like the freakiest episode yet.
You know,
Oh my god.
I forgot what a rush it is. Feeding in the bad stuff.
Okay, Yanto's been broken. Why did you confront them? You should have played this off as if it was nothing. So the only thing we can like solve this is if, first of all, we can kill Adam, and second, if we kill Adam, then everything goes back to normal. Also, Mom's alive for some reason.
Where's Gray?
I have no idea.
Where is he, son? Where is he?
Why now? Why now?
Yeah, why is it coming back if it's something that you blocked? Do not try to make anything happen. It would be weird. She wouldn't be into it.
I always worried that you just settled for me, you know?
I can see
Because
that.
if you met me now, Gwen, with all that goes on in your life,
We got John Barrowman.
It felt like the first time. But it was nice. Remind me some more.
Alright. So what is Adam? He doesn't seem to be a person. Is he not real? We haven't seen him interact with anyone that isn't part of the Torchwood team. He only exists by a projection of the box directly into the Torchwood people's brains. That's probably what it is. But he hasn't interacted with anyone else in the world beside the team yet. Therefore... But the weird part is that he has to like transfer it via touch. Okay, so Jack is gonna see Yanto just crawling in a corner, crying.
You have to put me in the vaults. Lock me up. I killed 3 girls. Strangled them.
Stop kidding around.
I'm serious.
He's still...
You have to lock me away.
I like that he's still like a good person.
If something's untrue, the light turns red.
Go.
I mean, he believes it's true, so...
Felt so good. Squeezing the life out of her.
But this is not about lying, this is about memories. Jack, into that, please, for the love of God. This is like the freakiest episode of Torchwood yet.
I didn't care. Something in me wants to kill.
No. This is not you. Something's changed you.
I like that Jack believes in Yanto so much that he's like, no, something happened.
remember this.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
When he has touch, yeah, he figured it out, but Adam's gonna show up and...
Because that's what I said to you on your first day. Remember?
Jack got it, but...
I can help you, that's why I'm here.
Remember this.
Come here. Come here. Just look. Look.
Remember it. Remember it. Remember it. Remember it. Remember.
Remember the event, remember that this is not real, please. We don't have DNA from
Where's
Adam.
Adam's blood sample?
Yeah,
Everything's in order here.
When was it last updated?
today. We need to shoot Adam on sight, but Adam might not even be real. But Tosh probably loves Adam so much that she would jump in front of the bullet or whatever.
Owen.
About last night. Selfish of me.
Owen, I think the world of you.
I know, I'm really sorry. I just don't want to jeopardize our friendship. The most important thing is that you're happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Come on, group hug.
No. No, he don't do it.
Talk to me, Adam. If that's even your name.
How are you doing, Jack?
Just pull the trigger, dude.
And feeding himself into our memories by touch.
Is this some kind of sick joke?
He didn't exist until 2 days ago.
Can somebody tell me what's going on here, please?
Jack, we've known him for years. He is part of the team.
No, he just made you think that.
Come on, Jack.
Ah! You don't get to me like that. Taking him to the vault.
Jack, this is ridiculous.
You just touched him.
No!
Tosh!
Yeah.
Let him go.
I'm not gonna harm him.
Why should I believe you?
Tosh, we can talk about this.
Drop the gun, Jack!
Let's go, Janto.
I had to become part of your memories in order to survive. I didn't mean any harm.
You changed us.
For the better. You didn't remember who you were. I helped you.
I like that
Look
he
at
just
Owen.
straight up
All his
confesses.
cynicism gone. He's a different
Okay.
man now. Selfless, happier.
This is
And
true.
Chico too. She's never been this confident.
This is also true.
You can't shoot me! You made me live! And you always remember what you killed. Don't you, Jack?
That's a really good talent. You can't kill me because you remember what you kill.
You discover who you are. If I'm wrong, you'll still be here when we've done this.
So we need to... Oh my god! This is the therapy episode!
You back.
We need to hit therapy and learn about ourselves so we can defeat this threat. Oh my god, this is so genius! This is so fucking good!
For anything that makes you what you are.
This is so fucking good! From like episode, I don't know, 4, I've been saying this fucking, what this needs some therapy. We need a psychologist on deck.
I'm 10. Mum spends the whole day screaming. I love you because you're my son, but that doesn't mean I have to like you.
Something so reliable about maths. Always the right answer.
Meeting Lisa, falling in love, never felt so alive.
Turn 16. She packs me bags. That is the nicest thing you've done for me in years, Mother.
Kissing him in the supermarket. The look on his face.
Losing Lisa, like the world had ended.
The way he looks at me sometimes. As if he's scared of what he feels for me. I love him. But not in the way I love you.
Take this.
Knowing I'm special. Waiting for someone to see.
I'm not even sure what they're doing, by the way. Like this blue shit that Jack made? Is it some kind of hypnosis?
You save one life. 100 lives, but it's never enough.
It's not enough to be worth it.
Who'll save me?
I will.
Whew.
Coming here gave me meaning again. You.
This might be like the best episode in the show so far.
Have a short-term amnesia pill. It'll make you forget Adam. We have to wipe out the last 48 hours from our memories.
Okay.
I'm going to lose so much.
Something that never
None of
existed.
it was real.
Yeah. He'll still exist as long as Jack knows, so.
Just me left.
Jack, I know what it's like not to exist. Please don't send me back there.
I have to.
The Mara.
But the last good memory of you and your dad.
It's lost.
I can help you find it.
Don't. Dude! I know this is personal for you, but...
Being Dad.
Okay, he's remembering on his own.
No, you don't! Oh, you...
Gray.
Gray.
Hey, Gray.
I'm running for the ball.
Some other boys there. I don't know him.
Can I play?
Who are you?
My name's Adam.
No. Damn it.
Hey!
Damn
What
it.
are you doing? Are you alright?
Damn
I just
it.
want to play.
You can play.
No. No, he doesn't belong here. I don't want him playing with us.
He really
Adam.
doesn't belong.
Touch my dad.
Hey! Easy. You're gonna behave that way. We're going home.
No, what?
Come on, Gray.
No! We don't leave yet.
He's just
We play
ruining
some
your
more.
memories.
It gets dark. We light a fire. Mum joins us.
He's just ruining your memories is what he's doing.
You spoiled it.
I made it happen.
Dad! Dad! I love you!
Dad! Gray! Dad!
I want the real memory back. Then let me live. That box you found contains my last good memory of you, your dad, and Gray. You see, I'm a part of it now. And I'll always live as long as you remember it. That's why you took me back. Wasn't it lovely?
Just take the fucking pill.
I don't want to die!
Well, I
Just
do,
like that
so too
pill,
bad.
And you will lose everything I've given you. Wipe me out now.
That's fine.
And you will lose all your memories of your father. He will cease to have existed for you.
Yeah, well, you're at risk right now, so goodbye. Get fucked. Hopefully this will do it.
Dad! Ray!
It should have like written everything down
It wasn't like this!
of what it thinks it was. And then maybe he'll read it after this and maybe he'll remember it. But without the Adam parts. Well, he's out. Goodbye, Adam. Goodbye, Jax's memories.
Dad! Ray!
Looks like the Shiko got herself a secret admirer, though.
Oh, yeah?
To Tosh. Love and apologies. Owen.
What?
They're from you.
In your dreams, Tosh. I think somebody's winding you up, darling. No, I don't do flowers.
This is so crazy.
I definitely don't do apologies.
I'm back to being an asshole. God, this is so mean.
Found your diary.
Yep, been looking for that.
And for the record,
Mm.
measuring tapes never lie. Who's Adam?
Don't know.
What does that do now? Sad. I'm so confused. Okay, so in order to see whatever the fuck that was, I'm going back to whatever Adam said when they were. The box you found contains my last good memory of you, your dad, and Gray. I'm a part of it now. Okay, I have no idea what happened. So was that like the best episode of Torchwood so far? So okay, here's the thing: is that like the idea, like the randomly and character that has never been seen before character shows up, and he's always been a part of the team. Don't worry about it, which kind of fucks with the audience a little bit, but the audience knows what's up because at this point it's a trope. So at this point you're like, okay, like some alien whatever bullshit just inserted himself into the memories of the team, and I like that right away. Right away, you know what it is because, well, immediately as he hung out with like, okay, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Let me go back to check. So at the very beginning.
The future on behalf of the human race. The 21st century is when everything changes, and Torchwood is ready.
Okay, let's keep watching that. Okay, so there are two shots in this intro sequence that is like Torchwood is ready. That when it said and Torchwood, we have a shot of Jack, Owen, and Adam like preparing themselves with like weapons, which look like Dalek guns. Don't worry about it. And then we have another small quick shot when Adam just playing with like a toy and just looks at the camera. And so that is not part of this episode. I mean, it is, but it's not. On a meta level, it is, but it's not actually because none of those shots happen in the episode. So what they did is like they inserted Adam into the very beginning intro, right? And I remember like when I started watching the episode, I was like, oh, I watched something from. I saw a shot that wasn't part of any of the episodes I've seen so far. I said it at the beginning. I was like, I saw something that didn't happen yet. And I saw that dude. And then when he showed up, I was like, oh, it's that dude. All right, so this is the episode that I saw the shot from. And no, that wasn't from any episode. That was just in the intro. and the only reason they did that is to nail harder the fact that this guy has always been here. Don't worry about it. You know, it's part of the meta. It's part of the meta narrative. It's part of the meta joke. No, this guy was always here. What are you talking about? He's the sixth member of Torchwood. He's always been. What they should have done is that they should have shot a new, because like the end of that intro has all 5 members of Torchwood, all 5 normal members walking into the camera in slow motion, which is from an episode or whatever. But what they should do is they should shot a new one with like all 6 of them, including Adam, just slowly walking into the camera. So you can be like, what? Because I feel like that's the one that you have to do. They're like, what? Who's that guy? Don't worry about it. He's always been here. It's Adam. He's our best friend, Adam. We all trust Adam. Everybody love Adam. Adam's great. Oh my fucking god, dude. So, the trope itself is not unbelievably original. But I like what they did with it. Because Torchwood is a fun setting for a lot of conflict, ain't it? Like, if every character in Torchwood was normal, this would not work. Right? Like, the trope works, but it only worked as well as it did because everyone in Torchwood is fucked. Right? I feel like that's the case. And you could immediately, like, tell. Because, like, okay, so Gwen doesn't remember Riz. They do, Gwen doesn't, right? So Adam doesn't really have control over what people forget or remember after he fucks with their memories and after he inserts himself into them. Because otherwise he wouldn't have deleted Riz. He would have deleted, I don't know, a recipe that Gwen had in her head in how to make spaghetti or some shit like that. He would have deleted something else that didn't matter. Instead, he deleted the single most important person in her life, which would have given away immediately that something was off. So he didn't have full control over that. But like, he also fucked with Jack's past that was unlocked, which immediately tipped Jack away that something was off. He had to check his log because he just did that, but then he immediately realized that Adam was never in any of them. So then he had a confrontation with them, which was stupid to do. I would have just played it off as if everything was okay. And then sure, he fucked with Yanta so bad. That's the worst, by the way. That's the actual worst. Some kind of weird alien construct entity that projects off of this item that just shows up, lies to everyone, inserts himself in the past of everyone. Wasn't there a Bleach character that did that? From a saga that I didn't even watch. But I think give me a second. Tsukishima. What is your ability? Can insert Tsukishima into the target's past. Book of the End has the ability to split the past of whomever it cuts. This ability works not by manipulating time and memories, but by literally inserting Tsukishima's presence into the victim's history. Victim of this power recognizes Tsukishima as someone closely connected to their personal lives, whether it is a family, friend, or lover. He can even usurp the roles of other individuals in victims' histories. Likewise, Tsukishima grants comprehensive knowledge of his victim memories. This power takes hold regardless of whether the victim trusts Tsukishima before being cut. Tsukishima can continue to modify his victims' histories even after cutting them. However, if they realize that the altered pasts are inconsistent with reality, they are put at risk of mental breakdown. Okay. Yes, that is literally what this guy is doing. Except Tsukishima apparently can like insert himself into the past. This guy is just altering memories, which I like that. I like the idea of fucking with memories because one of my favorite lines that I can remember of anything ever, and it's from Metal Gear Solid 2, and it's the line, "Things are only as real as your brain tells you they are," which is true. Like, your perception and memories is like everything you got, and that's it, right? Like, and that passes through a filter, which your filter is your brain. And not only that, your brain gets the information from very specific filters that you have in order to detect information. So like your senses, right? So you have sight, you have I forgot what was the name of this thing that you used to hear in English. I mean, I know the part, but like audition, whatever. Hearing, there you go. That's the word, hearing. So you have sight, you have hearing, you have tact, you have smell, all that shit. By the way, there are more senses than the usual 5. That's like super dated. But like, yes, you can sense things through your body, but what your body can sense is already heavily limited. So the information that your brain gets is heavily limited, and therefore your perception of everything is not absolute. So you don't have absolute knowledge of your surroundings. You don't have absolute knowledge of anything. It's all coming through a very limited filter that is your human body. There are even animals that we know about that have, like fucking your dog or your cat, I believe they have it's such an increased hearing range that we have, for example. So they are able to perceive things that we don't. Imagine that, but like everything. You only perceive like, I don't know, like 5% of everything. Not even... I don't know. That's the answer. I don't know. Embrace uncertainty because I don't fucking know. And nobody knows, right? So then, everything that you have is what your brain tells you is real. So whenever you have someone that has the ability to make you think that something is real, or always has been real, or always has been a thing, but it's not, it's fucking scary. It's freaky. It's Heaven's Door in JoJo's. In JoJo's, there's a character with an ability called Heaven's Door that literally has the ability to just write whatever the fuck he wants into someone's life. Like, it opens people like a book, literally, and then he can write some shit in it, and that just becomes true. So he can just like write "you speak Italian" into you, and you will just know how to speak Italian. Or you can just write whatever into your memories of the past, and you remember that. And like that, the ability to alter anyone's perception of anything to that degree is stupid. It's stupid overpowered. And the fact that the Torchwood did have to deal with this shit and they succeeded, I'm just like, well, because the only way to defeat it is by so that I like that. I like that the fact that this person only exists to this 5 individuals, and the only reason it exists is because of that. And if you can forget about him, which luckily Torchwood can do because they literally have amnesia pills, they can just defeat it instantly. So what they needed to do is, they needed to solve the mystery that this wasn't real. By the way, Adam should have just like destroyed Jack. Like, I call bullshit in the fact that they won this encounter, because when Jack was like pointing a gun to his head and he was like, all right, fuck you, I got you now, he had to grab him in order to lock him away. Like, he literally had to touch him. So if Adam only needs to touch people in order to fuck with their memories, he could have just done that to Jack right there. Like, he doesn't need to. Like, I understand that if he inserts himself into Jack's past again, Jack, he would know that was fake. But what he can do is he could just make Jack forget what he's doing, and then he'll just be like, "Wait, what's happening? Oh yeah, I was just playing a joke on you, or whatever." Like, that's it. That's all he needs to do, and he'll just win. Then I guess Yanto would still be aware, but then he'll just fuck with Yanto. There you go. Like that. That's the thing. Like, that's it, dude. Like, I call bullshit the fact that he got defeated, because that is a stupid fucking ability to have. And Jack touched him, and I saw it, and I was like, you fucking touch him. Jack should just be under the spell immediately again, right? Like, there you go. Because if you are aware that he can fuck with your memories and alter them, then it's like, okay, you have the upper hand. But if he can just selectively delete memories as well, which he can do, which is what he did to Yanto, then fuck, man, because all he needs to do is just delete the memory of you knowing that he's fake, and then you'll think everything was true all along because you forgot that it wasn't real. Which is what he did to Yanto, and that is like the worst thing that you can do to someone, I feel like. The fact that Yanto found him out, and then he was just like, alright, so you stalked these 3 women, you raped them, you killed them, and you also are a cannibal, and you're a terrible human being. And there you go. And you'll just forget that this ever happened. Goodbye. And then Yanto was just in a corner, just like, oh my god, I'm a terrible person. And I like that he can... Okay, this is weird. Because, like, he changed Yanto's memories, but it didn't change the fact that he was a good-natured person. Because Yanto remembered that, and then he was like, you have to look me up. I'm a terrible person. You have to look me up if I hurt you too. Like, that is a good person thing to do. Like his memories were altered, but Yanto as a person has not been altered. Has he? I don't think well, no, I don't think, because like, okay, so Jack is like, told me about the murders or whatever, and he was like, it felt good, but then he's remembering what it felt like, supposedly. So no, it's still a memory. It doesn't really alter the person Yanto is, but it did alter the person that Owen and Toshiko were, which is weird. So I suppose he can selectively alter someone's personality if he wants to. Like, if it fucks with them enough, he can do it. And I suppose he wanted to do it for Owen and Tosh. And that's the crazy thing, is that he did it for them, but for what reason? And apparently it was for... he actually just took pity on them. He actually was just like, Owen is a terrible person. I'm just going to make him a little bit better. Tosh is a super shy individual. I'm just going to give him more confidence. So apparently he actually did have some semblance of like compassion for people, and he tried to do a little bit of good, you know? And I like that. I like a character that it's like, this guy is clearly the antagonist, and he's clearly doing this for selfish reasons, but a little bit he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna make you a little bit better, but only to what he considers to be better, right? I'm not gonna ask you what you hope you were, but there you go. Or maybe that's the thing. Maybe Owen hoped he was a nicer person. Maybe Tosh hoped that she was more confident, and there you go. Maybe Owen... Here's the thing. Owen was like madly in love with Tosh this episode. Why? Did Adam do that? Did Adam do that specifically in order to feel better about himself because Tosh chose him over Owen? Just to have someone to make fun of? He could have done that. It could have been for selfish reasons too. Adam seems to be a very selfish person. That could be the reason. Or are we supposed to believe that Owen has feelings for Tosh? Just like deeply buried beneath that surface of dirt, he can have feelings for Tosh, and therefore this was like the foreshadowing of the fact that he's gonna eventually come to terms with that. Maybe. Dude, that was fucked. Because like I said for a moment, I was like, if they remember everything that happened here, it's gonna be really awkward between these two when they remember. They don't remember what happened. But Tosh did have like those flowers that said from Owen, and then Owen was like, fuck, not me, has to be someone else. I would never, like, I don't do flowers and I don't do apologies. It was like, God, you're such a piece of shit, dude. Just like, can we have like the fucking wimp ass nerd shit Owen back? They would be happy. They would absolutely be happy. But whatever, I guess we have this Owen back again. Oh man. So okay. God, that was really fun and interesting. Like, it didn't mess up with Yanto's memories at all, but it did mess with like everyone else in some way, shape, or form, which I thought was fun. It was so at the very beginning, Riz was like a bit part of the episode, and then he wasn't. He didn't matter at all, which is like fair, you know. I thought he was gonna matter more because now he knows everything, and now he's literally the only person that knows. But then it's like, well, they just told him, yeah, this was part of us, and he was just like, fine, I believe it, because whatever, right? You guys know better. But all right, I thought he was gonna do more at the beginning, but yeah, we had Gwen falling in love with him again, but now Rhys knows what happened, and they don't. Okay, plot hole, maybe a plot hole, but Rhys knows about Adam. Adam was in Rhys's head too, because when they went to the flat, Rhys said, "Who's that guy?" And Jack said, "He's one of us." Therefore, he exists in Rhys's memory to a very minor degree. He should exist. To a very minor degree, he should exist, shouldn't he? Because he was already in Rhys's head. So either that is a plot hole, or Adam's coming back, or I just didn't understand how that worked. But I think it's a plot hole. I don't care, by the way. I love JoJo. JoJo's nothing but plot hole. But I just feel smart for a second there, I think, or I just didn't understand it. Fuck it. So okay, but it was fun seeing Gwen and Rhys falling in love again. Like, it was like Gwen was remembering and was half remembering and half falling in love again, which I think is a fun. It's not an original concept, but it is a fun one, you know, especially with Gwen and Rhys, because they're both just fucking dumbasses. And I like that Rhys was being a dumbass, and Gwen just started laughing, and she was like, "Yeah, I remember that. That's good." And then Rhys was like, "Oh my god, she remembers." Okay. And then they kissed, and then they fucked. But that was first time for Gwen, but she was still down with it because she's a slut. Not as an offensive thing, by the way. Just the fact that she just loves fucking, doesn't she? We already had this conversation before. We literally already had this conversation before. But like, there you go. That the fact that she didn't remember the kiss or remember any intimate interaction with this dude, but she was still like, fuck it, let's do it. I was like, all right. I suppose she remembered enough in order to be like, all right, I trust the fact that this guy is probable. I mean, everybody's told me that, and I remember his jokes. So I suppose it's good enough, right? I suppose this has been a thing, and I just forgot, so let's do it, right? I suppose I'm falling for him again. So there you go. That was the end of that. Then we have to move into Jack's backstory. So we learn a lot about Jack's backstory this episode, by the way. We learn like pretty much everything. So, okay. Jack was in the Beauchamp Peninsula, of course, because it's the face of Beau. He was just with his parents and his little brother, Gray. That's what it was. I said little sister. It was little brother. Fair. I just saw little sister because it just sounds even more innocent, right? Little brother does the job. That's like the second best one. So in Jack's childhood, the place was assaulted by like the worst creatures you can imagine, which makes me think Daleks maybe. Did Jack know Daleks when he first saw them? Was it in Bad Wolf? I think it was in Bad Wolf. Did Jack know Daleks back then? Maybe not. Even if he didn't, I suppose you can just say he blocked the memory, because that's literally what they said here. He just blocked the memory, and it all came back because of Adam fucking with them. But at the end of the day, he shouldn't remember, and he's not gonna. So you could just say he didn't know Daleks because the memories were blocked. Just like to a very hardcore level, like therapy, like locked away level. Sure. But like, okay. So they were running away from them, because apparently they always like pass by them, but this time they actually just did come from them. And the dad and Gray and Jack were running, and the dad was like, okay, you take Gray's hand and you run away. I'm gonna go back and search for your mom. Right? So then Jack run with Gray, and Gray tripped, and Jack kept running, and then Gray stood up and kept running, and Jack hid in like a, I don't know, like a small like wood place or whatever, and then he didn't see anybody. He didn't see nobody. So Gray just I suppose he ran away towards the front, just kept running towards the front, which is where Jack should have looked, honestly, because like everyone ran that direction and Jack was like, I'm gonna go backwards to home. Probably he went there, which is still a fair assumption to make. Also, he was a kid, so he was dumb. But I feel like he should have just kept, because he saw all the kids run by, right? So it should have been like, well, I suppose he was a scared little kid, so he just didn't see anything. It was just like, and there you go. So, okay. He then went back home, found Dad dead. Maybe it wasn't a Dalek because he got shot through the heart. It looks like an actual just shot. Somebody just shot him. It wasn't like the like lightning electricity gun, whatever that Daleks have, like the laser beam. It was an actual like gunshot wound or whatever. Like something pierced. There you go. So he was just lying dead, which is weird that he was laying dead in front of the house because the mom wasn't injured. He went back home and he was like, Mom, and Mom was there and she was okay. And then she was like, where's Gray? And Gray's just gone, disappeared. And there you go. Gray just disappeared. So I suppose that day Jack lost the dad and the little brother. Was the mom fine? I mean, she was fine in that memory, but I don't know what happened afterwards. I suppose we're gonna uncover that as the episodes go by, like Jack's actual past. I suppose we're not gonna have like bits every episode. I suppose what we're gonna do is that we're gonna have him. There's gonna be like a specific episode where it's gonna come back, and then we'll learn actually what actually happened in its entirety with Jack's family and childhood. And what led to him becoming what he was, right? I suppose like yeah, it could be an episode where John Hart comes back and Gray comes back or whatever, because that seems to be the setup for this season. So there you go. But yeah, I like knowing that. And Adam was like, at the end, Adam was like, all right, I'm gonna bring your good memories back. And Jack was like happy, and he was like, yeah, I'm playing with my dad and my little brother. And then Jack and then Adam fucked with them like a petty little bitch. And he was like, hey, this is my ransom. Now you have to let me exist. And Jack is like, fuck you, Bill. There you go. You're gone. Goodbye. I sleep now. And then Adam disappeared. And that was it. And at the end, I don't know what the fuck that was. When he went to like the item thing, open it, and then some sand fell. Like, that is like Adam essence, I suppose. But like, I don't know what that is supposed to do other than just be ominous. And there you go. Just like, it doesn't mean anything. But Adam could theoretically come back if they wanted to. Because first of all, that. Second, the fact that Riz knew about him. Because he saw him that one time. So he could theoretically exist in like a minor way, and then he can build himself up by inserting himself into the memories of others again. Like, it's stupid that Adam didn't insert himself into the memories of more people, right? Just random bystanders in order to just exist. Because if he just wants to exist, that's all he needs to do. There you go. He doesn't need to fuck with the Torchwood team. He can just fuck with literally anyone else. Alright, so we defeated him. Dude, the fact that like we get to see nice Owen and confident Tosh was like the weirdest part for me. Because immediately I was like, Owen looks weird. I was like, does he have shorter hair? And it was like, no, he just had like, he had it like a cowlick. He was like a nerd, right? He was just so nice and nerd and kind, and he was like, yeah, you know? Which is 100% a construct from whatever regular Owen is. And he was like, I brought your sandwiches, Tosh, and Tosh was like, nice, I'll go get beer. Which is like a weird thing for fucking Tosh to be like, I'll go get beer in the middle of work. And Owen was like, what? During work beer, really? And then it was like, no, okay, that's fine. But none for me, thanks. It was like, he doesn't even drink anymore. Like, this version of Owen doesn't even drink. He was like, give me a Chucky meal, right? Like, oh my god. It was great getting to see those two characters as completely different characters. That is a fun thing to do. I like that. That dynamic was fucking wild. Yeah, I like that. Because it was weird because we always see Tosh just being like, oh my god, I love Owen. And this episode, Owen is just like, oh my god, I love Tosh so much. And he just kept saying it over and over. It was like so out of control. And Tosh was like, that is inappropriate. Fucking Adam. You fucking piece of shit. Because like she loved Adam so much. She trusted Adam so much. To the point that like when Jack was like, I'm locking him away, she pointed the gun at Jack and just being like, no, fucking shut up. And Jack was like, I'm not even gonna hurt him. I just want to lock him away. And Tasha's like, no, fuck you, I'll shoot you. That's how much she loved him, right? That's how difficult it was for her. I still like the fact that we have an antagonist whose ability is to do that. That is fucking nuts. That is fucking crazy. Like if they wanted to, they could make Adam like a season boss, like a season finale boss. Like fuck Abaddon the Great Devourer. Actually, no. Like I love Abaddon the Great Devourer because it's just a giant Gundam-sized demon, and that's fun because that's stupid. But it's ridiculous how like strong or powerful the ability to just like alter someone's perception or memory is, right? Because like, what are the most powerful abilities any character in like fiction can have? Time manipulation, reality manipulation, perception of reality manipulation. That's like the three big ones, I think, right? Time, reality, and perception of reality. Because what is reality but the perception of it, right? The only difference is that one of them alters the physical environment around you. The other one alters what everyone thinks of the physical environment around them. So it's almost the same thing. One of them creates a hole in the ground. The other one creates a hole in the ground in the mind of the person that thinks that there's a hole in the ground. It's not the same, but it's like, it's unbelievably similar. And you can do, but the perception reality manipulation is even more dangerous when it comes to a setting like this, where it's drama, where it's character drama, because suddenly everything just falls apart. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about, because I'm also having a little bit of a headache now, I think, so I feel like I should be getting done with this discussion. I just want to say this episode was fucking great. It's fucking great because it like moved things a little bit further with Jack's backstory. Also we got hints to like Owen's past. Also like Tosh and whatever, but like Owen's is like the biggest one because it was like, what the fuck did he say? He got a fucked up childhood, 100%. It's my birthday, I'm 10, mom spends the whole day screaming, I love you because you're my son, but that doesn't mean I have to like you. It's like, fuck. Oh my god, someone had terrible parents. I turned 16, she packs me bags. That is the nicest thing you've done for me in years, mother. Oh my god, like, because yes, a character like Owen has to have a fucked up past in some way, shape, or form. So the fact that mom never liked him, which means he just turned out the way he is. Maybe he was like that to a little degree at some point, but he was a child, so it makes sense if he was a little bit mean or like at times or impulsive or whatever. But then she was like, I fucking hate you. then he's gonna be like, all right, he just grew up without any like love, so he just became the person that he is. And then at 16 she's just packing his bags and he's like, that's the nicest thing she's ever done for me. Just like she's helping me pack out my bags. It's like, oh my god. So he ran away from home and has been surviving ever since, I suppose. And then at one moment he said, you save one life, 100 lives, but it's never enough. Who'll save me? Alright. Jack acted as the team dad for like once this episode, and he just put everything right. So good job, Jack. Good job, Jack, on doing well for once. Because Jack, I feel like, is he's heavily incompetent. He's competent in some aspects and heavily incompetent in others. In this episode, he was like heavily competent and he fixed everything on his own, essentially. Him and Yanto a little bit, but mostly Jack. So that was fucking great. But like, all right, that's like a little bit of a glimpse into Owen's backstory. We also got like Tosh, but she just like loved math, and that was it. It wasn't that much. And then we had Yanto's just Lisa, and Gwen is just Riz. So there you go. That's it. So other than that little bit of Owen backstory and just Jack's backstory in general from his childhood that we even got to see in like flashbacks and shit, that's mostly what we learned. But this episode in general was just awesome because at one moment I was like, oh my god, they have to do therapy. The solution to this is literally to do therapy. So they went and they found themselves and they were like, this is who we are, and then fuck it, amnesia pill. Which kind of defeats the purpose of the therapy because you forgot the progress you just made. But alright, that's the only way to defeat this enemy, so fuck, right? Like, would have been awesome if that actually had worked and like they have grown as characters. Like if they had actually done that, that would have been great. But that didn't happen. We're back to square one. We're back to square one. They're just the same assholes they've always been. And we're just gonna have to deal with that. But yeah. So that was it for this episode of Torchwood. I fucking loved it. It was great. Thank you for being here. Alright, that was it for this episode of Torchwood. If you would like to see the next one, as well as full length for this and everything else, you can go to my Patreon and check them out. Check the links in the description for that and everything else, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.